Hey, my name BK, and doing something a little different. Well, not too much different, because if you're on the channel and staying hip and posted on what's up, I just posted a sun sign video. So we're gonna continue this little mini series that I have just decided to do impromptu. Not really. I was kind of putting it together in my head all day. But hey, it's Astrology with BK on the Will BK Spiritual Renegade Potential Guru channel. All rights reserved. So we're back. Take two. One take, Drake in. Astrology, right? Why it's important. We're talking about, on this episode, the moon sign. Hey, hit that like button. And why the moon sign is important in astrology and to you and in your natal chart, right? Okay. So we talked about the sun. You know, the sun is your physical body, your actual, willpower, drive, your energy, right? And that's on an external, outward level, right? Okay. And again, in talking about the sun, it's a very important placement astrologically, but for me, I also take that as one of the most shallow placements because it's your surface level physical self. It's just the container that everything else is kind of in. But your moon sign, I love the moon sign. I study a lot about that. I still have this lemon. When life gives you lemons, do YouTube. But no, so the moon sign. The moon sign, and one of my favorite placements, is important because your moon sign is your actual self. It's who you really are. It's the person underneath the skin. Did I say that right? Something like that. So we've talked about if the sun is like your attitude, your moon sign is more so your demeanor, right? In your natal chart, the moon sign usually, depending on, for men, your moon sign more so talks about the feminine, motherly, maternal, woman dominant figure in your life and how that kind of plays out, where the sun represents the males. For women, is I kind of think it's a little opposite, where the moon sign kind of more so talks about the relationship with the father, and the sun sign is more so the mother. But we're not talking about that right now. That's a whole nother little side, whatever. So the moon sign, right? So when you're born during a zodiac season. That's a 30-day period. The moon sign changes every 2.5 days. So when it comes to your moon sign, the day that you were born, like the specific day and the day of the month, determines where the moon is at that time where you were born, and determines how you treat yourself and your internal self, like when you're talking to yourself, right? A lot of people consider your moon sign more so like your emotions, your inner drive, like your reactionary, impulsive, like instinctual self. All true. It also talks about the way that you emotionally connect with others and how you emotionally connect with yourself. Also, all true. But the way that I look at it, and again, Astrology with BK, all rights reserved, and these are just my humble little opinions of my inner and overstanding of the concepts and how I've come to take that in. Yes? Yes. So, for me, the moon sign represents like your actual self. Like when you look in the mirror, you're looking at your sun sign, your physical body, and your rising sign. We'll get into that shortly. But while you're looking in the mirror, when you look into your eyes, that's when you're seeing your moon sign. You're looking into your soul. The moon sign for me is special. First of all, I have a moon in Scorpio, and that's a whole bucket of mystery in and of itself. But the moon sign is special to me because the moon sign is not something that everybody in the world gets to see. Like they say, the main three and most important, or the most prominent placements that you embody when you wake up and when you walk out the door and you're interacting with people, that's your sun and your rising. You know, most people don't get to see your moon sign. Like your moon sign is specifically reserved for those that you feel most comfortable with, for those that like are allowed into your home, for those who know you on a deeper, more intimate, like under the surface level. Like, say you walk into a room and there's 4 people there and you're the 5th, okay? So when you walk in and you start talking and you know you're interacting and you're acting, that's more so your Mercury and your rising and your sun. Your moon is those inner thoughts that you're having to yourself while you're talking to these 4 people. And the attitudes and feelings and perceptions and deductions, all the conclusions, you know, everything that you're putting together within yourself to create an emotional reaction to be able to come back through the physical vessel of the sun, right? And continue to respond and interact with the outside world. Your moon sign is like completely and wholly, totally activated when you are alone, mostly. Like when you're in your most comfortable, safest space, when nobody else is around. Like, is your moon sign is like that dance you do when nobody's looking. Your sun sign would be like the dance you do when everybody's looking. And I continue to study on the moon sign and as well as other aspects, but the moon sign especially because, as I stated in the last video, the sun aspect of yourself is something that, yes, you're born with, but it's something that really like hides the inner you. It's something that you grow into over the years. Your moon sign is more so activated as soon as you're born because, you know, immediately you're vulnerable and you're taking in information, and it takes for you to, you know, well, first of all, as babies, we don't have a sense of the world, and adults don't really have a sense of us as babies. The only way that we can communicate and express our feelings and ideals and wants and needs and desires as babies is to show emotion, right? To laugh, to giggle, to smile, to frown, to cry, to grim and make faces. And then as we get a sense of the world, our sun sign more so starts to show itself and become built and constructed, right, in a way. But the whole time, and usually up until you're like early 20s for some people after your Saturn return, which is your late 20s, you're more so, you know, being a part of the world, more so in a sense of operating through your moon sign. Your gut reactions, your intuition, your instincts, those feelings that you keep to yourself and those secrets that you would never tell. Those are all moon sign things. It also, in some ways, deeply, but not too deeply, determines how you love people, things, just how you love, and the ways that you need to be loved, like how you nurture and take care of things, and how in response you would also like to be nurtured and taken care of, right? So, for instance, moon in Scorpio. So for me, I have deep, intense, sometimes overbearing feelings, emotions, a sense of like on the outside he seems calm and ready and to drop bars, but he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud he opens his mouth, but the words don't. Anyway, on the outside, Capricorn, right? Put together, ready for action, let's do this and accomplish things. But on the inside, there's like a constant tidal wave, tsunami, hurricane, just maelstrom of lots of things going on. And emotionally, it can be a lot, but it can also be, I'm the type of person where internally, you know, this is my under the cover self, I appreciate having intense bonds with people, emotional, deep, intimate bonds with. I can be very low key, under the surface, like you never know exactly all the things you think you know, because Moon in Scorpio always has something that they're keeping to themselves. But as I grow, like I'm 29 now, so as I grow and get older, I'm learning more so to step out of the realm of my feelings and emotional self and, you know, first reaction and explosiveness, reactionary, like here I am, here's emotion, and learning to more so incorporate my sun sign energy of action based on response, or response based on action, you know, putting things together in a way where my physical body can handle the task without my emotions getting the better of me or the situation at hand, right? And that's just something that we as humans, as these meat puppets, blood vessel things, vesicles things, we all have to go through this of learning how to pick up our feelings. Thank you, Jasmine. And do the right thing, Dad. Thank you, Kirsten. Kirsten. Yeah. So, I think that's it for the moon at this time. Again, straight off the dome. You are wonderful for watching the video. Thank you. Much more to come. Hit the like button if it made any sense. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification so you can be posted and stay posted when I be posting, because I'm going to keep posting, you know? And I just am grateful and thankful to be able to do this. And I will see you again very shortly. Watch another one. And hey, subscribe. You are wonderful. Yes, you did.